Hello, everybody. I'm Angelique. I'm a positive life coach with Transform. I am here today with an amazing author. I am ecstatic to actually meet her. I have the privilege of interviewing her and to get to know her even more and figure out what's going on in that wonderful mindset of hers. It is absolutely amazing and a dream come true for me to actually talk to Ellen. Ellen is, I want to say, a great author and a mentor to me now, and I don't even personally know her yet. And I'm excited to get to know her today and let you get to know her as well. So, Ellen, thank you so much for taking time out to do this wonderful interview about your book. Uh, I thought it was groundbreaking. I thought it was an easy read. I I'm just so appreciative of your book. Can you please tell everybody who you are and what your book is?
Sure. Thank you, Angelique, for having me today. This is really a wonderful opportunity to share some thoughts that others, this is an invitation for anyone who's watching this to utilize to feel even better, enjoy themselves even more. So the book looks like this. It's Be Happy No Matter What. And sometimes I get teased a little bit on the title. So people say, well, what is that? Happy-go-lucky happy? And I say, well, it can be that way, but it's really the enduring satisfaction you can experience in life underneath the troubles, because everyone has stuff. Everyone, even people who look like they have no stuff, they have stuff. And I've been, I've been a social work counselor for years and years and years. So I get to hear everybody's stuff. And when people get the knack or feel that they've encountered some of the thoughts, I put it into five steps to inner freedom. And they may not be new to you, but maybe the way you read them or hear them, because the book's on audio too, can invite you to use them in new ways, or things just click. Sometimes people think they have tons of work to do, but you'd be surprised how much work you've already done on yourself when things start to click, when you read something and it brings you to an awareness that you can relax inside yourself. So that's some of the introduction.
Yes, I think it's a great title. Be Happy No Matter What, 5 Steps into Inner Freedom. I had to have you say it because I thought, I can't even do it justice. And that's my motto. That is my motto. So I absolutely love that I get to be aligned with you and just talking with you. So I have a question. Where do you get your ideas from?
Well, I think they've come to me over the years, because it took me years and years of little index cards of thoughts from various teachers and programs and things I've attended. And you know how sometimes thoughts just come to you. Once you realize that you have your own inner wise voice, then you can access all your creativity there. And I have to say, none of these thoughts are original. They're all around. And so what's original supposedly is the way that I've put it together, or the way it's come to me to put together. And I was very fortunate in that I was led to people who helped me lay it out just the way it came to me. It's a very spacious book. There's lots of room for you to sit with different thoughts and gentle encouragement to consider this and consider that. So
I just absolutely loved your thoughts and your writing process with everything. Your book is very groundbreaking. It opens up eyes to people that when they read it, because it's an easy read, it's a feel good book, and I think everybody that's watching this needs to understand what we're talking about and read this. But are you a typical writer? Do you write many books? I know you have another book, Handling Your Own Emotions. I just want to know what your writing process is like.
Well, what happened was after the Be Happy book, someone gave me the idea to put into written form some of the workshops that I've done. And at the Be Happy No Matter What website, there's audio recordings of workshops that I've done. So I've started to put them together into a collection of books. And also, I'm really happy to say that I have someone who's working on the children's version of the Be Happy No Matter What book. And that will work in tandem with parents who can use the Be Happy book for themselves, and then how to really talk to their kids right from the beginning. In ways that a child can feel great about themselves and find healthy inner guidance.
I love that. I love the psychology of it. Some parents actually need help with that, and there you are. There's a manual. Everybody's always saying there's not a manual on how to raise children.
Right.
And now here you go. You're giving them an easy psychological manual to feel good and make your children feel good and much appreciated. And I like how authentic it's going to be.
Yeah, well, I think that's a key, and the whole book actually helps you get to the authenticity within yourself, because we're in an environment, not just this year, it's for centuries and centuries and centuries of people sort of growing up as human beings to appreciate themselves in their finest, what shall I say, ways of kindness and creativity. I was wondering, I would like to share a couple of thoughts.
Oh, yes.
That to give those who are watching a little taste of the kinds of things that the reader or the listener is invited to consider. Thoughts are for consideration. You can throw them out and you check inside if they feel right to you or they resonate with you. Otherwise, you hang them on a hook somewhere in your mind and can come back to them later. One is, you are the star of your life. I love this idea that, Angelique, right now we're in a scene together. You're the star in your life. I'm the star in mine. So I'm a supportive actor in your life, you're a supportive actor in mine. And those of you who are watching this, you're the star in this scene, and we're supportive actors in your life. So when you think about all the overlapping circles of actors, where you're the star only in yours, and so many times other people act as if they're the main star in our life. And sometimes I have to say we act as if we're the main star in someone else's life, making demands or carrying on. And believe me, I'm an expert, because I'm an expert in all of that. I've done it. So that's like one thought. And in the book, it really embellishes that. It gives you ways to play your part in the most fabulous way. It also gives you ways to back off gracefully from someone else's stage when you're in an ensemble cast and you wonder how you got in there. And certain lines are falling to you that you don't even want to say. So there's a little fun about that. So another one is my life is like a postdoctoral course in myself. So sometimes we're hard on ourselves every day for things that, oh, I should have learned that already, or how many times do I need to be exposed to this? When really education, even self-education, is like a spiral, and you may come around to the same thing again, but you're learning it at a more refined level. So you can really consider abandoning the self-judgment. Because if you were, let's say, a medical physician and you were an internist and then you decided you wanted to go into gastroenterology, you wouldn't judge yourself because the courses are so hard. You just focus in on it and see what there is to learn to become proficient. Same thing, being proficient with your own consciousness at more refined levels. So those are two examples. I don't know.
Those are really good, two big examples that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be able to take away a lot from just that alone.
So I'm hoping to inspire as many people as possible to play with this I'm going to call it very basic tools that even if you've been exposed to similar tools, you're at a more advanced level. One chapter is on how to center in yourself, and the beginning of the book is about relaxing and allowing. And there's certain simple processes. I mean, for those of you who like homework, you could think of it as homework. But for those of you who don't like homework, because I don't like homework, you could just relax into it, and it's just thoughts. So another one is appreciating me and my life as a work of art. And that's a very special chapter. That's my favorite chapter because it breaks down so many aspects of you that you can see. Even things you thought have been troublesome are actually beautiful aspects of your process. And it's easy for me to say, it's an invitation for you to say, oh, is there really a way I can do that? Because once you do that, lots of doors open for you. So
I absolutely love this because I am on the same wavelength as you, and this is what I teach my clientele as well. So I absolutely just love that I'm going to be interviewing you for others to actually see and get to know you and feel your vibes. I have a question. What would you give to other writers that want to get their inspiration out in book form?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't miss this chapter on appreciating yourself and your life as a work of art, because you're the tool. You are the tool through which the material is coming through. So there's a benefit in appreciating that's what's coming to you to share with the world is really your calling. Lots of people looking, what's my purpose? Actually, each one of us is an expression of whatever creativity is coming through us. So, everybody does it in different ways. I think the main thing is to find ways to renounce self-judgment, unless you're writing a book on it and you're going to illuminate that for others. And so that you're free to put on paper. There's great writing protocols. It's like do a dump. If you're stuck or paralyzed or something, you just start to write and have it come out. Mine was, I had separate thoughts on index cards. They were all over the room. I would take them out every 5 years. I go, I don't see how these come together. And then one day I went, oh, I see how these come together. And then I just arranged them. And one of the things that I liked, I took a lot of training in publishing, self-publishing. There's so much to know, and I can help anybody and help you with anybody about that, how to clear the blocks, and with some ideas about whether to self-publish, commercial publish, things like that. One of the things that was very important to me was that each word was the fitting word, and each word in this particular book is laced with healing energy. And it was challenging to work with an editor because I knew I wanted it to be edited just so, because I do not have that, you know, the grammar, the usage thing. So it was an interesting process with the editor to for us to come into alignment, because she would modify the words to be in grammatic and usage form, and then the phrases would lose their meaning. And after we had some conversation, she was able to edit it accurately and retain the energy and the message. So that's like a little example of some discernment that you get to use at many different junctures in the book writing process. I did have a writing coach, and that was great. And she was a traditionalist. And I, you know, some people can just do it. I was not one of those people. I benefited from sorting things out, my feelings, my thoughts, and then discovering if I needed to jump over a hurdle, get the help I needed to do that. So it's a long answer to your question.
No, I think that's going to help others, because I understand you completely, because I had to go through the similarities of that. I have a writing coach. I have a great publishing company, people that I'm aligned with, that when I'm talking about anything in my book, it is for them to understand the energy and the process of me. So when they read it, they can feel the energy as well. So I completely understand everything that you're saying, and I'm sure people that watch this video will understand as well, because there are so many energy healers out there that for that alone.
So on that point, the idea of, you know, if you're in the helping professions and an energy healer, you're really on the right track to make sure that the energy is in alignment. The other thing is, when it came to audio, creating an audio, I did want to create the audio, but it was much more effort and complexity than I was willing to undertake. And I realized that if that was a block, well, hey, that was a great awareness to have. And then I was able to find somebody to do the audio who, and this was through a service at Audible that's available. I mean, there's lots of resources out there, but someone who was able to carry the energy with her voice. So it was great, just great. So there's ways to do that too.
That's great information for everybody to know as well. I actually found someone, a voice person too. Like everybody aligned well with me. I don't have my own book out yet because I still have 2 more chapters.
Oh, great.
To do. So that will come out soon, and it's a self-discovery book. What I learned and how other people can learn, and I coach a lot of people on self-discovery, because people think they know what they're aligned to do, and then they get confused, and I help them what their life purpose is, and I get them back on the right track.
Wow, that is great. Do we have time that I can mention about these buttons?
I was just about to ask you about your button.
Okay, I'm going to put it up a little closer so you can see what it is. Okay, there. It says, I am happy no matter what. Oh, no, wait. The phone is ringing. Ah, I'm so sorry.
That's fine. See, guys, it's a really good, raw and real interview where everything, just life happens. This is raw and real, and that's what we're
here. Right. So, well, I want to make sure the sound. All right. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
No problem at all. You know, it's someone that's aligned with our energy, and they were like, hey, I feel your great vibes, and I want to give you a call.
Well, she is. Actually, that's my closest friend of longest standing. So we'll have a good laugh after this about that. that she would tune in right at this time. So anyway, I do not recall how the idea for the buttons came about. And I don't know, it just came to me. So this is like, I don't know, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I don't know, I called a button company, and there was a local marketing person who created the button. I said, oh, I want it this way. You know, when you get an idea, sometimes it's really hard to stop it. So anyway, I created the buttons, and I took them to a conference, and I took them to an airport, and I wasn't saying, here, have a button. It was like, I have a bowl of buttons, and people go, oh, can I have one of those? Can I have one of those? And at the supermarket, when I'm wearing it, and the supermarket checkout person says, oh, that's a great button. And I say, oh, well, since you spotted it, it's for you. And when I do that, I can't tell you the experience that I have in the face of this other person who's receiving something that looks like a little button, but for some reason it must be charged with unbelievable something.
Yes.
So I've given out, I'd say about 13,800 buttons.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing.
And so I order them about 2,500 at a time, and I give them away. And at the website, Be Happy No Matter What, if you click buttons, you could read stories that people have sent in about giving away buttons. So, and the buttons are available on the site. But just so much fun. I bring hundreds of them wherever I go, and I always have it on, and I always have some in my pocket. So
that's amazing. I've only given away 150 buttons in the last 5 years, because I had the button idea too. So
this is great.
So I think we're aligned. Well, I mean, anytime I went to an airport or conference is where I gave it out. Or if someone saw it on me, they were just like, oh, so TSA agents, I gave it out since I was constantly traveling, supermarkets, like you were saying. But I only ordered 200.
What does your button say?
Positive mind, positive life, positive vibes, angels friendly coaching.
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll talk some more, okay?
Yes. I do have another question about your writing skills. Did you find that when you were writing this, that there was some sort of spiritual practice for you?
Well, I have to say, for me, everything is a spiritual practice.
I agree.
So,
I that with you, and I thought that would.
So yes, I guess is the answer, but it didn't stand out from anything else. I think the most important thing I get from people who know me, who've read the book, is that they hear whatever voice I have when they read it. So it's supposedly sounds like the way I talk. So
I was going to say yes, it is, because when I talked to you on the phone, I got to hear your voice, and then when I read it, I heard your voice reading it, and it was a very nice blueprint for me on how to be happy. And I wanted to know, what is your take? How can you be happy no matter what? Can you give that in 1 or 2 sentences?
Yes. Let's see. There's been so much written about happiness. A lot of people discount the term and think it's only something people are driven to find when they're buying things. But it's really that it's just another term for relaxation inside, inner peace, contentment, those kinds of things. And that, you've probably already heard this. So, you get to hear it again and again, those of you who have heard this before, that it's already in you. It's like in The Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home, it's already inside of you. So this actually is a practice of calming yourself down, and bringing your focus back. It's a little bit like meditation. The practice of meditation is to continue to bring your mind back. So to keep bringing yourself back to the moment that's happening now, and the one of the things, and then I'm going to call it the neutralization of I like this and I don't like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's like, and I'm not saying not to go for things that you like. It's just that there's an appreciation of things that's just above that, where contentment can be.
Oh, I like that.
So, yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's that really speaks to me. So I know
Great.
the people that watch this interview, it's going to speak to them too, because we all attract people that are like us. So I know people that watch this. How can they get in touch with you?
Okay. Well, I would say you can call me on the phone. I'll give you my number is 614-842-4374. I don't have a marker to put it on a piece of paper for you to see.
I will put in the link.
Okay, 614-842-4374. And you could email me at Ellen.Seigel, SEIGEL, @gmail.com. That's the most direct way, and I feel comfortable offering it to your viewers. And you can go to the Be Happy No Matter What website and sign up for complimentary contemplative thoughts. I don't know if this comes across the way.
I love that.
Yes, and those are free. And so by putting your email address in, you'll get those. You might get some other mailings, but I'm not sure. I don't send out a lot of mailings. But people who have questions about the book. The other thing is, if you get a group of people together and they're reading the book, we can do an author something on the phone. I love to further the message of it. The other thing that I don't know, for anyone who's listening who might have contacts or other interests, I do know that the book was used with a group of women who were in who are long-term people in a prison in New York. And there's not that much for women who are not coming out. Most services are for people who are coming out into the community, and they really loved it and they used it. And so it has other applications for those of you who want to take it further. And I support that and be involved with it if you wanted me to.
That is good to know. I am excited for that because I have so many ideas working through on how you and I can work together more this year and next year and so on.
Great.
So I just want to thank you so much for taking time out and telling people who you are and what you represent in your book. And I know so many people are going to be contacting you when they're ready, willing, and able, and they're ready to learn more. I know a lot of people are going to want to go on Amazon to get your book.
Absolutely. That's a great place for it. The last thing is, I do Happy No Matter What coaching. So, and that's writing coaching, business coaching, and life coaching. So
that's amazing that you can offer so much. And I think that's amazing for everybody to understand that you are a full package of resources. So I want to personally thank you, and I am just so appreciative that I got this time to get to know you more, just like everybody else, and actually interview you and ask you those questions about yourself and your book. Do you have anything else that you would like to say to any of our viewers?
Just that one of the finest things you can do to help our fellow human beings evolve is to continue to work on yourself in the most honest and accepting way. So I cheer you on to do that.
Thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.